How's it going, everyone? Thank you for watching again. Today I'll bring you a different video. It's on a different phone, the Blloc 018, still with the kind of same principle of the light mentality, you know, kind of like minimalist, but definitely different than the light phone. As you know, the light phone only has calls, text, and a calculator for now. And of course, if you use the different methods, you can get directions and you can get Yelp and you can get all of that. You can look at the videos and how to do it in the previous videos that I have made. But this is a different alternative. Of course, it's Android based. I'll show you right here on the settings. So this is an Android based solution, but it is from Blloc, a company from Germany. And it works really well. I've used it before. Right now, we are on 3.1.2 version of Android 8.1. So a little bit below the Android 9, I think is now, or Android 10. But of course, it still works, you know, it still works well. And especially this phone, when it comes from the factory, so when you first open it, it doesn't have Google apps. It doesn't have maps. It doesn't have any of that, but it does have Android. So you can install it and kind of make it work with different workarounds. If you want to kind of like know how to, you can just message me, or I can link you into different websites that I have used to make things work without having to sign in into Google or things of that nature. But I wanted to showcase this device. So these are the drawers, as you see. That was my essentials right there. Then you have favorites. I have my favorites right there. Then you have books. Then you have our photo. Then you have communication. And lastly, the new apps that have just been installed. So as kind of like, you know, how it works, these are the drawers. And the way it helps is that you're not focusing on the apps right away, but you have to open it. So you have to be a little bit more intentional. You can leave it open. I think in the previous versions, you could leave it open, but it doesn't seem like you can do it that anymore. So you have to be a little bit more intentional to actually, you know, have to see like, this is what I want to watch. This is what I want to do. The next page that it has, this is the kind of like where you can search for anything. So like if you want the news, for example, let's say we want CNN, you can customize these. It'll give you the headlines right there. So, you know, Steffer on airport lines, transatlantic cruise ship with 5 COVID-19, right? Well, I'm not monetized yet, so it doesn't matter, I guess. But you can look for YouTube, notes, timers, you know, and everything right there. We can look for the weather. Let's see here, or I'm in Georgia. So weather here, let's see if it works. It doesn't seem to be working. That's okay. Let's look for London. Oh, it did. Oh, there you go. So 27.5 Celsius. So it's a pretty hot day. So right there, London, UK, you can look for different things. I looked for Berlin earlier today. But that's kind of like something that how it works. So that's the first thing. Here's the drawers. Then you have like the root. This is the roots where you can search for anything, YouTube, and so many different things as well. Then you also have here your conversations. So all your conversations will be here. You can search for them, and then you can talk with the people right there. Of course, I'm not going to show that, but there is another mode, a different mode, a more kind of like what you're used to. So this is called the minimal mode. In the minimal mode, you have your kind of like basics here, nothing in the home screen. You can customize it, customize a picture or whatever you want to do. And then you can have your apps. So here are the apps as they are, and that's it. You know, pretty much it's minimal. It doesn't require as much, but let me show you a couple of other things. It uses DuckDuckGo. So for example, it's going to have DuckDuckGo. Here's the Blloc website. This is something that they have just announced, and I'm actually really excited about it. This is Ratio. Root is a minimal OS designed to refine your smartphone experience. So if you have a OnePlus 7, you have a Pixel device, a Pixel 4 or OnePlus 7T or a OnePlus 7 Pro, I think you can go sign up and try to get this OS into your device so you can make it work on your regular carrier. Here in the United States, this carrier or this OS does not work in all of the carriers. So it only works on GSM based carriers. And that's the reason why I stopped using it, because I have Verizon. So I dabbled a little bit. It works well on AT&T. I was able to get 2G, 3G, and a little bit of 4G, but of course it depends on your location. Another thing is you can also change the color. So like, let's say that you're in an app. Let's go to the browser, right? Let's go to DuckDuckGo. Let's look for ESPN, right? ESPN, right? It's gonna search for it right there. espn.com, and you're like, well, I want to watch a YouTube video. I want to kind of like, see this in color, right? So if you double tap with your fingerprint right there, it's going to be in color. So you're not missing the experience, but most of the time you're using monochrome. And if you have read any kind of like things from the past, like articles, that monochrome helps or kind of makes you bored. So you don't want to spend as much time on it. So let's double tap right there and back we are to the kind of like the black and white. Now, let's say that you want to kind of cancel the apps, right? Do you want to close them? You swipe and you start closing them right there. Right there, boom. And let's say you want to go back, you will use this one. Of course, the main advantage is with the Blloc mode, and it's still in beta, still, progressing. Of course, it's at 3.0 now. It's not kind of like there. And as you see right here, if you see closer, it tells you how many minutes you have used every app. Now, another neat thing is that it has, let's say you're outside and it's really bright, and you cannot see. Well, it is easier to see now with sun mode. This came out with version 3.0, and it's very useful, honestly, like, because sometimes it is really bright outside and you want to see better. So this one, that's how it works. So you have communication right there, books, photos, and everything. You can also search in here, do everything from there. So it's a very good device. I actually recommend it if you can import it and you can use it. Of course, it works better with GSM and not CDMA carriers. So just be aware of that. But if you're outside of the States, that also works. Here, let's go back to the regular black and white or black theme right here on, there you go, general, and you can, boom, right there. So go back to black. You can also install Google Apps if you like Google and you want to just use Maps or Gmail or, things of that nature. You can just do it, there is no restriction on it. So it's no problem. Another thing is that you can customize the tiles, right? You can edit the apps in the drawers. You can kind of change the number of columns from 4 to 5. You can hide apps. You can customize the tree with phone, SMS, Facebook Messenger, Instagram, Telegram, WhatsApp, whatever you use, right? You can also customize the route with Spotify. Now, I think that was added on version 3. I'm not sure when, but I haven't used this for a while. But these are some of the alternatives. I will be showing a couple of other devices for alternatives, and I hope that you're interested in those. If you have any questions on how to get it here in the United States or how to get it in your country, you can go to blloc.com and check it out there. So thanks for watching, and I'll be showcasing a couple other things. Again, I'll be updating you on the light experience, but this is an alternative, something that goes between light and your regular smartphone, something that maybe curbs your phone usage. So hope you consider it. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.